trees stood tall and silent. Sunlight dappled the walking paths. Birds sang sweetly in the branches. It was a perfect day in Eden Park, a place of peace and beauty. But beneath the surface, a darkness lurked. He was there, watching, waiting. Robert Spahalski, the park predator. Spahalski was a phantom, a whisper of danger in the breeze. He blended into the scenery, an unremarkable figure amongst the joggers and families. No one suspected the evil he carried within. He was a hunter in a place meant for serenity. His eyes scanned the crowd, searching for his next victim. He was drawn to the park's isolation, the secluded trails winding through dense woods. He felt safe here, hidden from view. He could indulge his darkest fantasies, knowing that the trees would keep his secrets, and the park, in its unsuspecting tranquility, would provide him with a steady stream of victims. Robert Spahalski was a master manipulator. He used charm like a weapon, disarming his victims with a smile and a friendly word. He would approach them with a question, a request for help, anything to lower their guard. He knew how to appear harmless, even trustworthy. Once he had their trust, he would strike. He would overpower them with brute force, dragging them into the woods. There, hidden amongst the trees, he would unleash his rage. He took pleasure in their fear, their pain. He was a predator, and they were his prey. He would bind their hands, silence their screams. He left them broken and lifeless, their bodies left to rot beneath the trees. He felt no remorse, only a cold satisfaction. He had taken what he wanted, and the park had kept his secret. The nightmare began in 1994. A young woman disappeared while jogging through Eden Park. Her body was found days later, hidden in the undergrowth. Fear gripped the community. Who could have done such a thing? The police had no leads, no suspects. Months passed, then a year. The memory of the murder faded, replaced by a fragile sense of security, but the killer was still out there, lurking in the shadows. In 1996, he struck again. Another young woman snatched from the park, her life brutally cut short. Panic returned. The community was living on edge. The police stepped up patrols, but the park was vast. It was impossible to be everywhere at once. The killer knew this and used it to his advantage. He became bolder, more brazen. He seemed to vanish into thin air, leaving behind only whispers and fear. The break in the case came in the spring of 1997. A young woman walking her dog noticed a man watching her from the trees. He made her uneasy. She hurried away, but not before she got a good look at his face. She reported the incident to the police, providing a detailed description. Her description matched a man who had been seen near the location of the previous murders. His name was Robert Spahalski. He fit the profile, a loner, an outsider, someone who could easily blend into the background. The police put him under surveillance, watching his every move. They followed him for weeks, waiting for him to slip up. Finally, they had their chance. They apprehended Spahalski as he tried to dispose of evidence linking him to the murders. A blood-stained shirt, a woman's necklace. The evidence was overwhelming. He was arrested and charged with multiple counts of murder. The trial was a media sensation, capturing the attention of the entire nation. The courtroom was packed with reporters, eager to document every detail of the horrifying case. The public's interest was piqued by the gruesome nature of the crimes and the dramatic courtroom proceedings. The prosecution presented a mountain of evidence, including DNA samples and eyewitness accounts. Each piece of evidence painted a chilling picture of Spahalski's actions. Spahalski's defense team argued that he was mentally unstable, attempting to sway the jury with claims of diminished responsibility. But the jury was unconvinced. They listened intently, weighing the evidence and the arguments presented by both sides. After a lengthy trial, Robert Spahalski was found guilty on all charges. The courtroom erupted in a mix of relief and sorrow. He was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Justice had been served, but the emotional toll was immense. The judge called him a monster and a danger to society, emphasizing the severity of his crimes. The community breathed a collective sigh of relief. The verdict brought a sense of closure, but also a reminder of the pain endured. The nightmare was finally over. The sun set on a day that would be remembered for years to come. But the scars of Spahalski's crimes ran deep. The community struggled to heal, haunted by memories of the past. The park, once a place of joy and tranquility, was now a constant reminder of the horrors that had unfolded there. It stood as a silent testament to the lives lost. The victims' families were left to grieve, their lives shattered by the loss of their loved ones. Their pain was immeasurable. Their lives shattered by the loss of their loved ones, they sought solace in each other and in the memories of those they had lost. And the community was left to grapple with the knowledge that such evil could exist in their midst. They came together, determined to rebuild and to remember. Section 6. The Victims Forever Young. The victims were more than just names in a news report. They were real people with real lives, full of dreams and aspirations. They were daughters, sisters, friends. They were the heartbeats of their families and the light in their friends' lives. They were young women with their whole lives ahead of them. Their futures were bright, filled with endless possibilities. Their dreams were cut short, their potential forever unrealized. The world lost what they could have contributed. They were robbed of their futures by a man consumed by darkness, a man whose actions left a trail of sorrow and pain. There was Sarah, a bright and ambitious student who loved to paint. Her art was a reflection of her vibrant spirit. There was Emily, a talented musician with a contagious laugh. Her music brought joy to everyone around her. And there was Jessica, a kind and gentle soul who volunteered at an animal shelter. Her compassion knew no bounds. Each victim was unique, with their own hopes and aspirations. They had passions that defined them and dreams that drove them. Their absence left a void in the lives of those who loved them, a void that could never be filled. Their families were left to pick up the pieces, forever haunted by the question of what if? What if things had been different? What if their loved ones had never crossed paths with Robert Spahalski? What if they had been spared from his darkness? What might they have accomplished? What milestones might they have reached? The pain of their loss was a wound that might never fully heal, a wound that time could only hope to soothe but never erase. Section 7. The Haunting Truth. The most unsettling aspect of Spahalski's crimes was his ability to blend in. He was not a monster in the traditional sense. He was ordinary, unassuming. He could have been anyone's neighbor, anyone's co-worker. This was what made him so terrifying. Evil wore a familiar face. His case served as a chilling reminder that darkness can lurk in the most unexpected places. It taught us that appearances can be deceiving, that monsters can hide in plain sight. It forced us to confront the uncomfortable reality that evil does not always announce itself with a roar. Sometimes, it whispers. The memory of Robert Spahalski and his victims served as a cautionary tale, a reminder to be vigilant, to trust our instincts, and to never take our safety for granted. The world can be a dangerous place, and it is up to us to protect ourselves and those we love. Section 8. The park stands silent. Years have passed since the horrors that unfolded in Eden Park. The trees still stand tall, the birds still sing, but a sense of unease lingers. The park bears the weight of its past, the memory of the lives lost within its boundaries. Visitors still come, seeking solace in nature's embrace. They jog along the trails, push their children on the swings, and enjoy picnics on the grassy lawns. But beneath the surface, a current of fear remains. The shadows seem a little darker, the silence a little heavier. The park is a place of contradictions, a place of beauty and terror, of peace and pain. It is a reminder that even in the most idyllic settings, darkness can lurk. It is a place where the past casts a long shadow, a constant reminder of the fragility of life and the ever-present potential for evil. Section 9. A Legacy of Fear. Robert Spahalski's reign of terror may have ended, but his legacy lived on. The fear he instilled in the community was palpable, a dark cloud that lingered long after his capture. He became a local boogeyman, his name whispered in hushed tones. Conversations about him were filled with dread, as if speaking too loudly might summon his ghost. Parents used his story to warn their children about the dangers lurking in the shadows. "Stay close," they would say, "or the park predator might get you." His crimes left an indelible mark on the community, a collective trauma that continued to haunt its residents. Memorials and community meetings became common as people sought solace and understanding. The fear he instilled transcended generations. Grandparents would recount the horrors to their grandchildren, ensuring the story was never forgotten. Even those who were not alive during his reign of terror grew up hearing his name, learning about his crimes. His story became a part of the local folklore, a chilling bedtime story. He became a cautionary tale, a reminder that evil can lurk in the most unexpected places. The once serene park now held an air of foreboding. The park predator may be gone, but his memory serves as a chilling reminder of the darkness that can reside in the human heart. His story is etched into the very fabric of the community, and it serves as a reminder to remain vigilant, to protect the innocent, and to never forget the victims whose lives were tragically cut short. The community's resolve to stay vigilant is stronger than ever.